Starbucks, of course, is a coffee shop, but much more than that, right? Starbucks is a whole experience. And that whole Starbucks experience makes me want to strangle people. I'm convinced humans, we can't handle Starbucks. There's too many options, way too many options. In fast food places, there's an efficiency. I'll have a number 3. In Starbucks, people sound like brats. They're like, okay, let's see, what does baby feel like sipping on? I'll have a venti half-calf caramel macchiato with no sugar, no dairy, and no coffee. Then the most amazing thing happens. Instead of the Starbucks cashier slapping this person, they just give a nod of as you wish. It appears like people in Starbucks are trying to stump the barista. They're like, all right, let me have a chai tea with a shot of pumpkin spice, half goat milk and half breast milk. As you wish. Your order in Starbucks is not complete until you provide a name. And they don't really ask for it, they kind of demand it. They're like, I need a name for the order. Can I just have my coffee? I must have a name. Satan. Excuse me? Tall black coffee, Satan. As you wish. The suffering doesn't end there, though. After you order, then you have to wait in that pickup area. That's like the methadone clinic of Starbucks. All the caffeine addicts are milling around. You're forced to listen to Mannheim Steamroller. You just judge other people's orders. I have a hot chocolate for Dan. What a dork. Grow up, Dan. And if Dan's not right there, you're like, we should kill Dan. You just wait. You wait as the people that ordered on the Starbucks app breeze in like they're accepting an award. See you losers later. You just end up watching that barista slave away. You've never seen someone work that hard in your life. But you wish they'd pick up the pace a little. Come on! You want your coffee, but more than anything, you need to get away from these people. Occasionally, there's that person that brings their own cup to Starbucks. I have my own cup. I have my own cup. Yeah, so do we. They're at home. Let me understand this. You have your life together enough to bring your own cup, but you can't make your own damn coffee? No. No, you have to go. That's why I think there needs to be a button in Starbucks, a simple button, that when it's pressed, 2 men dressed all in white would just appear and deal with the annoying person. Hey, so you brought your own cup, why don't you come with us? The person would be like, I bought the cup here. That's cute, we want to show you something. And they'd escort that person into a back room, and then you just hear faint screams. You stand there. You just stand. All the chairs are taken. Because Starbucks is not only a coffee shop, it's also an upscale unemployment office. Filled with students, people on conference calls. There's always that one guy that set up his office in Starbucks. Can you move your fax machine? It's packed. It's like the opposite of Dunkin' Donuts. You walk in Dunkin' Donuts, you feel like you're entering an active crime scene. The shelves are bare, there's no employees around. Are you guys even open? Did I just break in? I don't want to touch anything and leave my DNA. So instead, I subject myself to the Starbucks experience. And after what feels like an eternity, they finally announce my order. I have a tall black coffee for Satin. It's Satan. Thank you. I do love her. She can be demanding, like unrealistic demands, like she wants me to lose weight. I have no expectation of losing weight. Some of it is, I used to have all these jokes on donuts, and now sometimes when I do shows out of town, people will give me boxes of donuts, which makes me think, I gotta start doing jokes about private jets. But I'll do a show and someone will give me a box of donuts, or I'll get to my hotel room and in my hotel room there'll be a box of donuts. And I always look at the donuts like, I'm not gonna eat those. I mean, those were a gift. What would Jesus do? He'd eat the donuts. But it's always a box, a dozen donuts. I'm by myself, I'm typically in a city for one night. What kind of monster pig do I come across as? How many donuts should we get Gaffigan? Enough for a Baptist church. Whatever would feed an entire Little League team, that'll cover that tub of turds for a couple hours. I don't know what to do with all the donuts. You know, I'll eat 2. All right, I'll eat 4. But I don't know what to do with the rest of them, you know. What do I put them in my rolly luggage? I did that once. I'm not proud of it. We've all done things we're not proud of. You're like, this is kind of pathetic, but here goes. Zip, zip, zip. Off to the airport we go. Of course, that was the time I got the random search at the airport. I made it through the metal detector. This nice TSA guy was like, sorry, sir, random search of your bag. And I was like, what I wanted to say is, I have drugs in my butt. Because a cavity search at that moment seemed less humiliating than revealing the true contents of my luggage. But I had to do it, so the TSA guy unzipped the bag. And it was one of those flat boxes of donuts, you know, like Krispy Kreme, so it took up the entire rolly bag. It looked like I was smuggling donuts. And the TSA guy just looked at me like, wow. They sell those here. There's a Dunkin' Donuts 2 gates away. There was such compassion in his eyes. You got a problem. And I couldn't say anything. I couldn't be like, those are mine. Yeah, some guy gave them to me. Some guy named Al Qaeda, he gave them to me. I'd act all casual. I'd be like, yeah, this is my donuts. I travel with donuts. I'm trying to get diabetes. Why don't you leave me alone? And since it was a random search, the actual box of donuts had to be open. And because I was wheeling through the airport, all the donuts were crammed and smushed to one end. It looked like I had rummaged through a dumpster outside of a donut shop. Oh, this one's still good. Just get these rocks and sticks out of here. That's a perfectly good powdered sugar. No, that's Ajax on that one. The TSA guy just looked at me like, you can go. It's probably your last flight anyway. I don't know if you know, I'm normally a fat guy. But since I've lost all this weight, now I'm just arrogant. And by the way, thin people, that's how we view you. As arrogant bastards. I have lost weight. Since I've lost weight, I find I get 2 types of reactions. One group, these people, they won't even say anything to me. They'll just go up to my wife and ask, is Jim okay? Which sounds like concern, but I just hear judgment. Because to them, it's more likely that I'm sick than I would ever have any self-discipline. Well, obviously Jim's not exercising and eating healthy. He must have cancer. That's one group. The other group, these people will come up to me and accuse me of being on an appetite suppressant. They're like, you're on Ozempic, admit it, you're on Ozempic. And I'm not, all right? I'm on a different one. I'm on Mangiaro, which is better, right? Because it sounds like an Italian restaurant. Welcome to Mangiaro. When you're here, you're not eating anything because you're a fat ass. Yeah. Now, I understand some people are against the appetite suppressants. You know, that's cheating, it's cheating. I'm not playing Major League Baseball. I'm just a fat guy trying to not die. But it's not fair. Yeah, neither is balding and being born with no pigmentation. but I've learned to deal with it. This is an exciting time for me. I'm thin, I'm in my 30s. It is crazy. Most of my adult life, I heard this constant internal monologue. Jim, you gotta stop eating. Jim, you gotta control your impulses. And now I know all I needed was a weekly shot that killed all the passion inside of me. I've learned so much. I now understand thin people, you don't forget to eat, you're dead inside. Life is about compromise. Sure, I may never feel true joy again, but I can finally fit in my clothes that went out of style 30 years ago, so it's not a bad deal. It's crazy. These appetite suppressants are a game changer. Here's what's gonna happen. All us fat people are gonna become thin, then we're gonna mix in with you thin bastards, and when you're not looking, we're gonna eat you. Doesn't matter if we're hungry, we just like to eat. Nom, 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 nom.